Who was Che Guevara? A revolutionary icon? A romantic idealist? Or a ruthless enforcer? For decades, his face has been one of the most recognizable symbols on the planet, printed on everything from t-shirts and posters to coffee mugs. But behind the famous photograph lies a complex and controversial man whose life continues to spark intense debate. Today, we are going to journey beyond the myth to uncover the real story of Ernesto G. Guevara. Born in 1928 in Rosario, Argentina, to a middle-class family with aristocratic roots, Ernesto Guevara de la Serna was not your typical revolutionary. He was a bright, asthmatic boy with a passion for poetry, chess, and literature. He devoured the works of authors like Jack London and Jules Verne, which ignited a thirst for adventure that would define his life. In his youth, he wasn't particularly political. His primary ambition was to become a doctor to heal people. But a journey he took would change his destiny, and in turn, the course of history. In 1952, just before finishing his medical studies, Ernesto and his friend Albert Coronado embarked on an epic motorcycle trip across South America. The plan was to travel the length of the continent, a grand adventure. But what they witnessed transformed them. They saw firsthand the crippling poverty, the exploitation of workers in mines, the social injustice faced by indigenous communities, and the suffering of lepers ostracized from society. The trip, famously chronicled in the Motorcycle Diaries, was a profound awakening for Guevara. It wasn't just a journey across landscapes. It was a journey into the heart of inequality. The experience planted a seed in his mind. The problems he saw couldn't be solved with a medical prescription. They required a radical systemic cure. After completing his medical degree, Guevara's path became increasingly political. He traveled to Guatemala, where he witnessed the CIA-backed coup that overthrew the democratically elected government of Jacobo Renz. This event cemented his anti-imperialist views, particularly his opposition to the United States' influence in Latin America. It was here that he earned his famous nickname, Che, an Argentine slang term he used frequently. Fleeing Guatemala, he ended up in Mexico City. It was there, in 1955, that his life took its most fateful turn. He was introduced to a group of Cuban exiles, among them a young, charismatic lawyer named Fidel Castro. Castro was planning a revolution to overthrow the Cuban dictator Fulgencio Batista. He was immediately impressed by Che's intelligence, medical skills, and revolutionary fervor. Che, in turn, saw in Castro a leader who could turn his abstract ideals into concrete action. He joined Castro's 26th of July movement, initially as the group's doctor. But Che's role quickly evolved. He proved to be a disciplined and courageous fighter, a natural leader, and a demanding military strategist. He was one of the few survivors of the disastrous Granma expedition, where Castro's forces were nearly wiped out upon landing in Cuba. In the Sierra Maestra Mountains, Che became one of Castro's most trusted commanders. He was known for his strict discipline, his insistence on literacy for his soldiers, and his unwavering commitment to the cause. He led his column to a series of crucial victories, culminating in the decisive Battle of Santa Clara in late 1958. His strategic capture of the city effectively broke the back of Batista's army, forcing the dictator to flee the country on New Year's Day, 1959. The revolution had triumphed, and Che Guevara, the Argentine doctor, was now a hero of Cuba. Following the victory, Che became a key figure in the new revolutionary government. He was granted Cuban citizenship and held several powerful positions, including president of the National Bank and Minister of Industries. In these roles, he was the architect of Cuba's shift towards a socialist economy. He championed land reform, nationalized key industries, and sought to forge close ties with the Soviet Union. This is where the figure of Che becomes even more polarizing. As head of the La Cabana fortress prison, he oversaw the revolutionary tribunals that tried and executed hundreds of officials from the former Batista regime, a role for which his critics label him a ruthless executioner. His economic policies, aimed at diversifying Cuba's economy away from sugar and fostering industrial self-sufficiency, were largely unsuccessful and led to significant hardships. Despite his powerful position in Cuba, Che's revolutionary spirit was restless. He believed that the Cuban Revolution was just the first step in a worldwide struggle against imperialism. He envisioned a mini-Vietnam strategy, hoping to ignite similar uprisings across the globe. He became a prominent voice for the Third World on the international stage, delivering fiery speeches at the United Nations, denouncing capitalism and colonialism. By 1965, he felt his work in Cuba was done. In a farewell letter to Fidel Castro, he renounced his Cuban citizenship and all his government posts to dedicate himself to spreading revolution abroad. His first attempt was in the Congo, in Africa. The mission was a complete failure. Che found the local rebel forces to be undisciplined and uncommitted, and he struggled with cultural differences and his own declining health. After months of frustration, he secretly withdrew, disillusioned but not defeated. His final fatal revolutionary campaign took place in Bolivia. In 1966, he led a small band of guerrillas, hoping to spark a continental uprising that would start in the heart of South America. But the Bolivian mission was doomed from the start. The local peasants were suspicious and unwilling to join his cause. The Bolivian Communist Party offered no support. His guerrilla force was isolated, poorly supplied, and relentlessly hunted by the Bolivian army, which was trained and assisted by the CIA. On October 8, 1967, after a fierce skirmish, the wounded and exhausted Che Guevara was captured. The following day, on the orders of the Bolivian president, he was executed in a small schoolhouse in the village of La Higuera. He was 39 years old. His captors tried to erase him, burying him in a secret, unmarked grave. But in death, Che Guevara became more powerful than he ever was in life. The iconic photograph of him, taken by Alberto Corda, became a global symbol of rebellion, anti-establishment sentiment, and the fight for justice. For some, he remains a heroic martyr who sacrificed his comfortable life to fight for the oppressed. For others, he is a symbol of totalitarian violence and failed communist ideology. The truth, as is often the case, is somewhere in the complex gray area between these two extremes. He was a doctor who became a warrior, an idealist who used brutal methods, a government minister who abandoned power for the jungle. The story of Che Guevara is a powerful reminder that history is rarely simple. It forces us to confront difficult questions about justice, revolution, and the price of one's ideals. What do you think? Is Che Guevara a hero or a villain? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this deep dive interesting, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more explorations into complex historical figures. See you next time.